Summer is
It's recording.
well, actually,
Yo, what's up, guys? What are you saying? We're just, depressed right now because summer's over.
welcome to another episode of Ways. My name is Mohammad. I'm here with Osama. Make sure to follow us at Ways 2.0 on Instagram at Ways 2.0. You can follow Osama at Kusa300. You can follow myself at Mohammed.global. We're dropping episodes every Monday, YouTube video every Wednesday. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to every video. You can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Anchor, Overcast, and other various platforms. We appreciate the love, generosity, and support. We'll make sure to get better as time goes on. And yeah, like Osama said, today's episode started out pretty random. But the topic for today is, did you enjoy your summer? Reason why is because, as we all know, COVID came out of nowhere, stopped the world, created a pause that definitely changed our lives forever. We haven't seen anything like it, but where it started and how long it lasted, no one could have predicted it, no one knew. And since we're still at the pinnacle of COVID, obviously, as far as its reach and its capability and how long until it's actually going to cease and stop, right now, obviously, we're in summer. And because of COVID, we didn't really get to enjoy summer like that.
No.
I would say like most people got to utilize 10 to 20% as far as going out as they usually would before COVID. When you hear us say BC, that means before COVID. Okay, so Osama,
BC,
did you enjoy your summer?
Yo, listen, like my summer started. I'll get closer, close to the mic. But yeah, my summer started legit. I remember the day. I think it was the last week of May. I think May 24th to be exact. And yeah, it was pretty weird to enjoy summer because you were pretty neglected. Like I didn't even for a lot of people that don't know, I only saw Mo before, like obviously now.
Yeah.
During summer, I only saw you 2 times? And one time was to pick up something from your house.
Yep.
The other time was at at a parking lot where we just chilled for a bit.
Yep.
2 times is the only time I saw a brother and a business partner. A lot of the time just us texting over just for phone for just to see how everyone's doing. But did I enjoy summer? It didn't feel like this was summer. It just felt like it was a normal day. Like summer usually is a different vibe. Like you're going out with your friends. You don't have to fear the fact of like, oh, I have to go do this. I have to bro, like each time I go out now, my mask is as equivalent to my phone.
That's a tough statement. Your mask is as equivalent as your phone. That's pretty tough.
Dude, I can't go if I'm going the worst part is now I was at Square One with one of our mutual friends and they have a vending machine for masks in case you forget it.
That's crazy. A vending machine for a mask?
Bro, you know how much one costs? 6 bones, bro.
It's insane. Yeah, so
You enjoy something.
when did summer start for me? The last day of work. Because once obviously the shutdown's about to happen, you just knew you weren't going outside for a while, right?
Yeah.
And once we're inside legit for 2 months,
Yeah.
I realized that if this is gonna continue, we're not coming outside, and it is what it is. Obviously, summer is something that we love because in Canada we don't get it for that long. And yeah, by the time people started going out recently, about a month and a half ago, I was still inside. I didn't want to go out at all just because of safety and obviously my parents and everything.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until about a month ago I started going out more. Yeah. And yeah, it's the usual summer routines, but you've missed on 2 months. Like there's certain things you do every summer that you couldn't do this year, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of good things like usually family barbecue. Well, you did in the backyard, but as far as going out to the beach, going out to the movies, to the malls, concerts, all these different things, like art galleries, like different places, it's all different things that a lot of people do in the summer, going to cottages and all these different things. You couldn't do this year for the COVID, right?
The biggest thing for me, I'll tell you one thing. I was similar to Mohammed where I was legit. The pandemic happened mid-March?
Last week of March.
Yeah, so
last 2 weeks.
Well, I did not leave my house from mid-March all the way to May, end of May essentially. So basically I started going out at the beginning of June. And hopefully that sound is not going to be reaching here.
Yeah, I know the mic can pick up everything, but hopefully it can pick up that.
Yep, hopefully.
But yeah, it's usual things you can do, even just seeing your cousins, taking them to the convenience store to get them ice cream or candy, all that stuff, whatever. We couldn't do. So it limits a lot of the mutual connection and people connection, all that stuff. And there's no better time to connect with people obviously than summer, right? You meet new people, go do different things. and just being confined in your house. Obviously, like you did learn how to be inside eventually through COVID, and you got to appreciate being with your family all the time, and not
Yeah.
taking anything for granted. But at the same time, when you realize the whole spectrum of summer, the totality of how many months we have, it's like wow, I didn't really get to do that much in summer like I wanted to. Like you always want to every year, right?
You know what's also funny is like, well, what if I've said this in the past? What would have made it easier for me is having the ability to watch sports while I was in COVID.
Oh yeah.
Like obviously, there's no hockey for me. There's no basketball. Euro Cup got canceled, complete until next year. So you were like, bruh, like what else could go wrong, right? Thankfully, things got better. Like, hopefully, there's no like such thing as a second wave. But summer, when you look at the concept of summer, it's beaches, it's parties, it's concerts. Your favorite celebrities are dropping favorite musicians are dropping albums, right? The last thing you want is your favorite celebrity to drop an album, and the memory to it is Corona.
Yeah.
So also a lot of celebrities, like there was no movies. Like you would go to the movies, you would go up on road trips, and even like actually like me and Mohammed, our buddies were going on a road trip, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things I was still skeptical to do during the summer. Margie, I still had fun. Like I'm not gonna say, oh, like I didn't have fun. Like I wish it was longer, but no, I had fun. But obviously, it was one of the unique summers that there's 1 week left. Obviously, if you're living in Canada, you know that summer ends quickly.
Very quick. Only because like we know within the past few days, once you open your window, it's gonna be cold. Weather started to change. It's gonna get cold at night around 8 o'clock. So you know that fall is creeping around the corner. So the days of just wearing a t-shirt and shorts are coming to the end. The days of wearing that long jacket, cargo pants, shoes, and or boots, it's right around the corner. Tim's season, yeah, it's right around the corner.
Tim's season.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's going back to my point how I told you that like now your mask is as what did I say? Equivalent to your phone. It is true. Like there's times where I'll be driving, I'm like, shoot, my mask. I gotta go back because now legit you can't enter a mall with no mask. You can't enter one of our favorite restaurants, by the way. Shout out to them, Dave's.
Yeah.
It's freaking weird, bro. It's like your mask is probably much more important than your phone now.
Well, the biggest thing also was social places. Like you couldn't even go outside.
Yeah.
You go out now. You could go out and get food, but you can't sit inside.
You can't.
So therefore, it ruins the fun of actually going out with your friends.
Yeah.
And sitting somewhere and just talking about life and all these different things.
Yeah.
You can't even do that. This is the first year you couldn't do that. So it's like, especially in the summer, that's like the best time. Obviously,
of course.
You have patio seats and all these different things and outside view.
Like
it's nothing better than that. That's what we live for.
A lot of stuff like Copacabana wasn't a thing. Caravana wasn't a thing. Shout out to Drake. OVO Fest wasn't a thing. A lot of things that you would normally do around this time, mind you, in August, all got canceled.
Oh yeah, the big festivals, all those things. Yeah.
And I was reading an article, and they were like, they don't expect to have you going back to arenas or concerts in the next 2 years. So summer might get better, but it's still the same procedure will still say the same. Where it's just like you might not have to social distance no more, but it's just not like they're not taking the precaution or the risk to put you guys back in concerts. The next thing you know, like things rise, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
Personally speaking.
Yeah, because you can't predict what's going to happen if you have 25,000 people in one place, right? It's too much. The probability is too high of obviously something happening, so it's an outbreak, or just like some next factor of disease, or just like something, right? So you want to prevent all costs, right? And the fact that summer is 1 week away, you did learn a lot of things, right? So even though we weren't inside for 2 months, only been out for the last month, you did learn a lot of things about being inside. Definitely learned new skills. Definitely got time to reflect, your family, and obviously, instead of the first time, and hopefully the only time we'll ever be inside like that, you tell yourself like, if I go outside, I'm gonna make sure to live the best life I can live. So therefore, I never have to go back to this reality, right? Like, yeah, because no one wants to be inside. Even like it's like being in prison, right?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So obviously, summer's coming to an end. It was obviously a unique summer. What's your favorite thing that you've done this summer?
Favorite thing I've done this summer?
That it could have been unique. You probably never done it before. Like, what's something that you look back and you're like, wow, it was a nice experience?
I'm actually Ramadan. That was Wow, that was because at first, if you're a Muslim, obviously like Ramadan is something that like every year you get excited for. Obviously, you're gonna be going to the masjid every night, see your friends, family members, different things like that. Every week, your mom's making amazing food, all these different things. Like it's like the best month for Muslims. Like everything is heightened. So your level of awareness, uh, compassion, all these different things. Like it's just a beautiful month. So that time you're around like the Muslim community so much, and just around like just good energy and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So when Corona was happening, everyone was praying like, "Yo, inshallah, the Corona ends, so therefore you can enjoy Ramadan and stuff," right?
Yeah.
But once we realized, bro, we're inside fasting.
Yeah.
Like you can't even see like because usually what we do is every time, every year after we break our fast, we go to the masjid, we pray. After that, me and Osama and the guys would go to like different places to eat and stuff. Yeah, it was really,
last year. It was
yeah, so we've been doing it for the past like 2 or 3 years. So we realized that this is the first year you can't do that. You create like a brotherhood, right? So it's like there's certain things you miss, and when you realize it's like day 15, day 16, you're still inside. It's like wow, this is incredible. But at the same time, it was a beautiful lesson because the virtues and the blessings in the month doesn't go away. It's all about adapting to what's happening, right? So just taking that and just trying to create a new world around it within my own house was beautiful. It was tough at first, but once you did it, it's like, oh, this is actually amazing, right? So I think Ramadan was. I mean, I've never seen that like that in my life before.
For me, like Ramadan, I agree with was unique. Not gonna lie, like I had a similar point to you where.
Like Eid. Did you go to the mosque for Eid?
No.
Me neither.
By the way, I haven't been to the mosque since March.
So yeah, so it's like it's just like it was the most unique.
It was the most unique experience, 100%. I probably have to agree with you. Like, yes, in the fact because people that don't know if you're not a Muslim, like as Muhammad was just saying, like after prayers were done, it's a vibe. It's like, all right, where are we going next? Is it like we're gonna go out to eat? We're gonna go chill. In a lot of places, like they know they stay up. Like some people will change their hours because they know that hey, Muslims are gonna be coming in to eat. So like it's a vibe, and then they come back home 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. No parents are calling because they know there's no stuff being done. It's just like it's a proper vibe. But for me, also I find what also I look back to I consider have fun is just self-reflecting. I had a lot of time to self-reflect and. Because obviously this is like for people who say Corona was like bad, I had it as a self-reflecting moment because this is the best time where you can look back and say, yo, what am I doing with my life? And this is the first time where like for students who were off school for good, all that kind of jazz, those 4 months or 5 months you were in quarantine for, it got you to think, it's like, what do I actually want from life? And that's why I really enjoyed Ramadan this year because even those videos that we do with the volunteer group that we volunteer with, I would say it would take me 2 hours to film those videos, but it was a vibe because obviously it was one thing I would take out. It was one thing I could do part of my videos. It felt normal to me. Yeah,
I agree. Also, reflecting during this year, obviously, the more you do it, the better it is for you.
Yeah.
But also, when you're in quarantine, I'm pretty sure every human being did it.
Yeah.
More than they expected to, right? So
it's funny because this is episode 29.
Yeah.
You know, but if you go back to episode 1, which by the way happened during quarantine.
Yep.
A lot of our episodes happened during quarantine.
Yeah.
And the topic was what to do during the pandemic, right? And that was a topic that Mohammed really had a vision for. It actually did really well.
It did really well. I think it connected a lot of people because everyone was feeling the struggle, the pain. Like people just wanted to go outside. Like people wanted to go outside, see their friends, just like go for a walk. The fact you couldn't do this because you're just so worried about this virus that came out of nowhere. You didn't know how long it's gonna last for, and so many people were catching it. It was scary, right? It was scary times.
Like the gym for me, like now that I go, but I'm like I have to go early in the morning because I obviously just want to be safe. And obviously, I was in Toronto yesterday with my brother and some like 2 of our family friends, and I could tell you, even though people are outside chilling in patios and stuff like that, I'm like, as normal as you want somewhere to be. It's not going to be how it was a year ago or a couple years ago for a while now. Because obviously, they still haven't found a vaccine. They still haven't found a medicine that's going to treat you. And obviously, hopefully things get better from here. Because if you live in Canada, you know that winter lasts for long. time.
Yeah, and the thing is, we're very lucky because number one, we live in Canada, and the way that we handled COVID was incredible. As far as being smart, being aware, taking precautions, keeping ourselves socially distanced. So the fact that we were being very safe and really cautious allowed us to be at the point where we're able to go outside now and be more together, be more collaborative, and be more unique as far as our experience, as far as space and everything. So because of that, and as far as the people, which everyone should give themselves a round of applause for, because of you guys playing it smart and being decisive, we're able to be outside and enjoy the last month, as opposed to most countries like our neighbor, the U.S., which is just like, it's legit. It's out of control at this point. And since they didn't take it as serious and they felt as if it wasn't that bad, they were dealing with the worst of the worst as far as cases and people
US,
dying. Right? And it's just ridiculous, right? And a lot of people who are being cautious, they went outside this whole summer or something. They're inside their house.
Yeah, I know.
Because people just did not care. So I'm very thankful that we took the time to be safe, so therefore we at least get to enjoy the last month of summer.
I have a lot of, actually, one of our good friends hasn't left his house. Actually, a lot of people that I know, that we know, haven't left their house in so long. They would just go for their walks. And I was one of those guys, I'm like, you know what, I even spoke to Mohammad. The first time I saw Mohammad, by the way, was, I want to say May or June. And the last time I saw him before that was March. And mind you, that's like weird because before COVID, I would see this guy basically every day. Like every day we were filming, we were talking, we were just chilling, we were doing whatever we were doing. So to not see one of your good friends for like a long time,
yeah, it's crazy.
It was crazy, but it kind of felt normal. I was like, it kind of felt normal. You're like, this is how life's gonna be. Like, for us, obviously for his precaution, his family precaution, also for my family, for my precaution. So we're obviously you want to see your boys, but then it's just like, what else are they doing aside from staying at home? Because you don't know what they're like. If they're going out, or they're like shaking hands, they're hugging, whatever their calls might be. But summer's summer. I personally can't say that I didn't enjoy, because I obviously did. Especially this last month and a half was like fun.
Of course, yeah, of course. Like after 2 months being inside, if you get a month outside, you're gonna do whatever it takes, right? So we definitely took advantage, trying to do as much as you can. So I think the fact that we were inside for 2 months and we had 1 month of finally being outside, and at least getting to do some things that we loved, and made up for the other 2 months. We forgot about it. We forgot about how bad it was to be inside. So therefore, yeah, of course we're gonna be like, I enjoyed my summer. I did as well, right? Because it's just that relief of just being able to go outside, being able to walk outside and everything. So yeah, definitely summer was worth it, right?
You know what also made it fun for me is being able to reconnect with you again and be able to film and record, because I feel once you find something to do is when you take your mind off COVID. Because for the longest time, if you go on the news, I don't care where you're living, obviously it affected everybody, that COVID was always on the news. And it's like, it almost ate you away because you were staring at either the COVID charts or you're looking at the news. You're like, oh, like there hasn't been a day where we hit zero yet. We got close to zero.
Yeah.
Halton's been doing really well, thank God. Thank God for living in Halton in our region. But are you good?
No, I thought so. It'd be.
Oh yeah, guys, we hate bees here. One of our friends was like,
"What is bee?"
Say Wallah.
Wallah.
Where?
Right on the other side. You see it?
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking about summer, I legit hate bees and insects. One of our friends was like, a bee was like around me, like Mohammed, like my brother. He's like, bro, don't be scared. It's not gonna hurt. I'm like, bro, have you ever been stung?
Yeah, clearly he's never been stung. He's like, yeah, I've never been stung. Exactly.
Like, if you've been stung, you know that like it's like a needle, but that it lasts for a while, bro. It stings.
I'll take you to a bee farm, no problem.
I don't want to go to a bee farm.
No, it's like the guy.
Oh, the guy. Yeah, we'll take him to the bee farm.
Take him to a bee farm. You don't have to wear like the.
You know, he's going to BC, right?
Oh yeah. He's in BC.
He leaves today.
Yeah, make sure to enjoy yourself. Stay safe.
Stay safe
and have fun.
Have fun, everybody.
Yeah, it's crazy. Summer. And yeah, some people didn't want to wait, including that person. So he's like, you know what? Like, I didn't get it. I remember I asked him, like, why are you going? He's like, man, I didn't get to enjoy summer. I want to make sure at least I did something, right? Because a lot of people like to travel, right? So usually you travel every summer, whether it's local or you travel to another country. So
I was right about that.
So for him, it's like, man, I just gotta travel. So
you know,
it is what it is.
It's funny because for a lot of people that don't know, before COVID really happened, Mohammed came back from Ghana.
Yeah.
And I think after that, COVID really started.
I got lucky. I came back Christmas Day,
You and your family got really, really.
but at that time it was in China. Remember? So like
Yeah,
when I came back, it was still in China, and everyone's like, everyone at that point, the whole world believed like it wasn't leaving China. So it wasn't until like 1 month later that's when it started traveling around, and eventually by March it became ridiculous, right? So that's also another thing. Like summer, some people went on vacation at the beginning of COVID for maybe a month or 2 months, whatever their plan was, and because of COVID, it delayed their plans for that summer, right? Like that's funny because you know how like people do the Euro trip every year, so they go to like 9 European countries over the course of like 2 weeks to like 2 months. A lot of people had that planned and it got canceled. Some people were at the beginning, some were in the mid, and some people were at the end. And COVID just came and just blew it all away. So it's amazing how life works.
Yeah. Well, honestly speaking, the one question I have is, did you guys enjoy your summer? Because I personally did. I had a blast. This past couple of weeks, we've been going out to eat. We've been going out to basketball zone, so that's that's important.
Yeah, the playoffs definitely helped. Thank you to Adam Silver and the NBA for coming out and uh, playing, not only just to play sports, but also playing for a cause. Made a very big difference. Thank you to Gary Bettman and the NHL for being a terrible sport. And the Leafs are the perfect example of that. Baseball, I don't watch. Soccer, yeah, it is what it is.
Hold on, you're not gonna diss the Leafs, and you know I'm right here.
Shout out to the Maple Leafs. You guys went so far this year. High hopes and aspirations. You guys achieved everything you possibly could. Greatest
Dude,
comeback.
if you guys ever meet Mohammed, Mohammed has a nice tendency to subliminally diss your team without you even knowing.
It's not true, man.
So what'd you do? What was that? Was that a compliment?
Yeah, they did the best they could, bro.
Yeah, that sounded like a diss.
Like they made the best comeback ever.
Anyways,
and then they dropped the ball the next game. That's amazing.
Thanks for a diss, bro.
That's amazing.
There's a bee right behind you, by the way. It's like.
Yeah, I realized.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this topic was a little bit short. But
Good question.
What?
Is Don Cherry, does he have his job back or not?
No, bro.
Oh, he's
But
banned.
by the way, ban him.
Is he banned for life?
I think he's banned for life. Well, after what he said, of course he should be banned for life.
I don't know if they. I remember they was like, I don't know, it's 20 years or like whatever. But yeah.
People were so mad that it's funny
And that
because
was right before COVID.
that was right before COVID.
Damn.
And it's funny because he's the face of NHL.
Face.
He's legit the face. Like, he's the bigger face than Gary Bettman. He's the bigger face than a lot of players.
What did he say again? It's been so much has happened in 2020.
It was around
that Don Cherry lost his job. All these different.
He
things.
did it in November 19, where he was like.
It was November.
It was around Remembrance Day, where he was like, "Oh, you people come here still, or whatever." Blah blah.
Oh, I remember them. Oh yeah.
Anyways, like I personally have no hatred, but obviously, like what he said you can't change that, and sucks that he's out. But hey, man,
damn,
NHL fired you.
I guess we should have known that Don Cherry losing his job was like going to be the beginning of a bad year.
But he probably created quote. He's like, "You guys fired me." But no. All jokes aside, me and Mohammed. For me, I'm just gonna say, guys, enjoy the summer. If you are going back to school, university, elementary, high school, you're going back to work, or you're staying home, make sure to enjoy it. Look back as a reflective experience, because if you go back to our first episode 1, about what to do during the pandemic, Mohammed and myself had said amazing points about what to do.
We sounded so like, now we're calm, but during that time we sounded so like alert. It was just high end. Because of the tone, is like because we're in the like that was when I was here. That was when it was pretty high. Yeah, that was when really high.
We were getting like 500 cases.
Yeah, the energy was different when we recorded that episode.
Of course.
I'd love to hear that episode again.
I have one question for you, actually.
Yeah.
Like when because I'm not sure how for you, but I thought this is like more of a statement. I want to hear your opinion. I thought more like COVID was never gonna end. I was like,
yeah, of course.
I'm like, bro, like I was hoping it would end soon. Because even like we were all the Muslims stop by Ramadan time. It'll be done. We can go back. Because people, I'm like, come on, man, come on. I want it to be over. But then my point being is, when you're in something, you'll think it's never gonna get done. But when you pass over it, you look at back and just laugh.
Of course. When COVID is happening, just like everyone else, 1 month, 2 months. By the second month, I'm like, okay, we're gonna be in until September. I thought we were gonna be inside until September.
Everybody thought that.
When I got that call and I was told that we're going back to work, like mid-June, I'm like, what? And that was really scary, obviously, because I'm like, there's no way I'm going outside during COVID and all these different things. But eventually, at the exact same time, everyone else started opening up slowly. And I only spoke to how mature and smart we were as a country.
Yeah.
And because of that, it's like, okay, you know what? We're gonna be outside, but we're gonna be smart about it and be cautious, right? But initially, yeah, I thought we were gonna be inside until September. And the funny thing is, everyone thinks the second wave was gonna happen initially in September. Right now, end of August, beginning of September. But that might be the case, but the way we're handling it, it's not gonna be as harsh or scary as most people imagine because we've been dealing with it very, very, very accordingly for the past 2 to 3 months. So shout outs to everyone holding it down. Shout out to everyone being respectful and minding each other's business and space. We've done a wonderful job as a country. Very, very proud.
Yeah. Shout out to Canada.
Shout out to
Doug
Canada.
Ford, Justin Trudeau.
Maple Leafs.
Maple Leafs, the Raptors. Shout out to Masai for having the potential to bring Giannis and giving Raptors another dream. I could tell you one thing, and I'm going to be honest. I don't care what happened in summer. The fact that sports are back kind of just brings back my mood up.
Of course.
Because for the longest time, I'm like, you know what? I'll accept the fact I'm staying in quarantine. Just bring sports back, bro.
Yeah.
Because that will make me forget about everything. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for coming back and listening to us.
Yep.
Thank you. By the way, our video just reached over 200 views about the Drake reaction. We thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure to subscribe on YouTube.
Yep.
And make sure to follow us on our Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all the other platforms that I have no idea what their names are. Mohammed, you want to say anything?
Yeah. Thank you to everyone listening to us. We appreciate it. If you have any comments, let us know. Any topics you want to talk about, let us know. If you want to come on the show, let us know. If you have something you want to talk about, but you don't feel safe or comfortable, and you want me to know someone to address it as anonymous, let us know. We can talk about on the show, right? So, very cool platform, very free, open-ended, and we want to get better for you guys. We want to make sure to do better. And time goes on, we only elevate, all right? So, thank you so much to everyone. Waste 2.0, Instagram. Kusa300, Instagram. Mohammed.global, Instagram. Every Monday, new podcast, or Friday. Every Wednesday, YouTube episode exclusive. And like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a good day. Have a beautiful day. Have a wonderful day. Have a loving day. And let's give everyone the best that we can give.
And enjoy your summer.
Enjoy it.